Do you remember that short era where he was taking like sexy pictures of himself?
No, but I'm about to find out.
There's oily. Hold on, let me see if I can find oiled up Steve Harvey.
It just takes you to my website. OiledUpSteve.com.
Oh shit! Here we go.
I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna this. Oh, dude, that is not his body. That is Photoshop. That is Photoshop. They ran out of oil at his neck.
Hit the critical James theory, yo. Just so look at the critical James theory, yo.
So you were on a bad date.
We went to a place, right, to eat, and after like I was signing the check or whatever, I put a tip down, and she was like, "You tipped $8?" And I was like, "Yeah, man." She was like, "But the bill was only." I was like,
"Oh, she was mad that you overtipped."
Yeah, and I was like, "I don't understand your what?" Okay.
You would think a girl would be like, "Oh wow, you got $8."
Right?
You're like, bitch, it's my last $8. I'm just trying to impress you. Damn. So she was just judging.
Yeah, I think she was judging the whole night silently, and I was just like,
That's so annoying.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Yeah, but then you still went out for another drink.
Listen,
You're trying.
I'm trying.
You're trying.
I've already committed this far.
Yeah.
I should at least see if this ends
in
a favorable way.
Sorry,
AKA
I
fucking.
said I was not gonna try to curse, and I did it. What? 45 seconds in?
Already in. If this was monetized, we'd be.
Yeah. Yeah, well, maybe that's why it's not. Get your shit together. Get your crap together. I don't know what we're allowed to say.
Oh, shit. I should introduce the show. Hey.
Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of Critical James Theory. I'm James Knight. You've already heard another voice. So, that other voice is the host of the Sidebar with Sarah Bell podcast.
That's true.
Producer of Crew Cut Comedy here in Philly. Open and or feature, because I didn't know which one was which. Maddie Smith.
I think I hosted for her.
Hosted? All right, okay. Stavros Halkias.
I hosted for him.
Hosted for him. Lisa Traeger.
I've never... Oh, yeah. I hosted for her.
Hosted for...
Love Lisa.
Brian Posehn.
I featured for him.
Giannis Papas.
We did a show together where I guess like I was kind of... He did like a Giannis Papas and Friends New Year's thing, so I don't really know what to call that. We all did time.
And Chris DiStefano?
Yeah, I hosted for him.
Hell yeah. I went through your Instagram.
Oh, shit.
Give it up for Sarah Bell.
I'm like, I featured for I featured one night for Kyle Kinane, and then I hosted the rest of the weekend. I was kind of bummed about that. I got to feature the first weekend, or the first night, because the feature couldn't be there, and they added a Thursday show, and then I had to go back to hosting, and I was like, oh, man.
You're doing stuff, though. You know?
Yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah.
I get to work with all these every single person that you named is a great comic.
Funny. I like hosting. I haven't done it like at a club, but like when they're like, hey, we need a host for this little stand up show here and there. I love doing it.
Yeah, I honestly I feel like I kind of get. I mean, I've been hosting at both of the clubs in Philly for like 5 years now, and it's like, all right, well, like, can I get a promotion? But I feel like. Well, one, I'd rather host than not work.
Just so we're clear.
A lot of people bring their own features now. So it's like the clubs don't get to book a lot of local features. But I would say, like, getting to host has made me a lot better at comedy. Because you're going up cold. You got to get people on your side in the first couple minutes. Mm-hmm. And you got to work against, like, not everyone's gotten their first drink yet. Right. People are still coming in and getting seated. And, yeah, I mean, it's fun. Yeah. I usually do a pretty good job.
Keen broke it down for me pretty well. 'Cause I used to hate it. I was like, am I not good enough to be on the fucking show? And it's like, no, you're on the show. It's like, but you're good enough. They know that you're good enough to, like,
no, I think it's
heat.
A bigger spot than, like, I mean, when it comes to host, feature, headliner. But, like, if you're doing a local show with 4 or 5 comics on it, it's like, yeah, if they're going to let you host, it is kind of like, okay, we trust that you're going to bring energy and you're going to be able to also literally do the job of paying attention to the time. And like I've done shows before where people have not paid attention to the time and they're not there to bring up the next comic, and it's like, where are you at, bruh?
I hate that. Another thing I hate is that when somebody is hosting, and even if they don't have to say credits of somebody, or like even if there's nothing, but they just speed through the introduction. Like if like I've heard, everybody ever heard that? I'm like, who?
Yeah, you got to be like, all right, are you guys ready for your headliner?
Yeah.
Give it a little clap.
Enunciate.
You know this guy from this thing. Give it a little clap. Not like. I think sometimes that's nerves for people.
Yeah, for sure.
Or they like don't really. I mean, I've rushed through people's stuff before because I'm up there and I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna get this right.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just say it fast. No.
Well, I definitely bumbled your credits, so
No,
I get it.
You got it. Sidebar. I have another podcast that I'm not. I mean, sidebar. I'm bad at doing things regularly, so you should listen to podcasts, follow the Instagram. But I'm gonna get back on actually putting them out. But I have another podcast about Survivor.
Oh, I thought this was the egg podcast.
No, I used to do the egg podcast.
I listened to that one.
Soft boiled with Cerebral.
That one
I'm all about the SB. No BS, all SB, baby. Should I gotta write that down? Someone write that down. Send it to me. I don't remember my own thoughts. But no, I have a podcast called Got Nothing For You. It's about the show Survivor.
Okay.
We're not surviving anything.
Okay.
We're watching
It's just
Survivor.
watching Survivor and talking about the shows.
One time I actually said to somebody at a show, I was talking to the headliner at a show, and I was like, oh, a couple people from my Survivor group chat are here. And they were like giving me a pause. And I was like, the show, Survivor.
They were like, what did you say?
I didn't, yeah, it wasn't true. There was like, oh, we didn't all have I didn't have cancer.
It's like, which trauma did you survive?
No. Yeah, no, we're not like essay survivors or anything. We're just watching Jeff Probst.
Just watching people starve themselves.
Yeah, watching people lose $1 million. And then one guy wins.
Oh my God. This is 50-50. You're from New Jersey.
I am from Jersey.
Yes. I
What
feel like
gave it away?
I
The
feel-
loud voice in the chorus.
The jean jacket. No.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like I heard it in passing somewhere, and like
Yeah.
when I hear somebody's also from Jersey, I'm like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, 609, baby. Get a 609.
Hell yeah.
609's a good area code
609
to yell out.
I know. I didn't like 856.
Yeah, 856 got no rhythm.
But 609.
Yeah, you
has,
from
like,
609. Shout out. South Jersey.
Name of this episode is already 609.
Yeah, it's a 609. Minus the O, baby. Oh. All right, we hung out for too long before the podcast started. Now I sound like you.
Is that how I sound?
No. To me, yes. It's how you look like you should sound.
And then I'm like,
You
hello.
should just be walking down the street going, 609.
Like, hello, how are you?
Now you actually be on the street being like, Jesus loves all of us. You got
I
the
was.
little amplifier.
I was. Did you know that?
You did that,
I
the
grew
little
up, not the amplifier, but I grew
No,
up Jehovah's
yeah.
Witness.
That's
So, like,
crazy. There's a guy that posts up right in front of the 8th and Market or whatever all the time.
This shit's weak now. Like, they don't even have to go through the trauma of knocking on people's doors like I did.
Yeah, you should start a podcast.
This podcast about the.
It's called Knock Knock.
Knock Knock with James Knight. I have old Jehovah's Witnesses on here.
Oh man,
But
Yeah.
their shit's weak. They just stand out there with like signs and.
you're the
pamphlets.
true survivor.
Yeah, I am. I got out.
What I don't even really Jehovah's Witness. They're like Mormonish.
Ish. There's no magic underwear.
What does that mean?
Mormons have they'll never like admit it, but they wear like these thermal underwear that are like it's like for protection from like sinning and like sexually.
Block sexual energy.
Sexual urges.
I need that.
Yeah.
I need that, dude. Being horny is ruining my life.
Is this like the thing of like when you get into your 30s, it's like you start to become a teenage boy? Is that like the thing?
For women, you're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's been like this for a long time.
Like I've been a teenager, but I've been horny as a teenager.
Yeah, I've always
boy,
been mature for my age. By that I mean, I've been, no. I really am. Like, I'll be almost late to something because I was like, oh shit, I gotta stop masturbating.
I got a feature for fucking.
Yeah. I miss my set. Sorry.
God, that is very much a teenage boy thing.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've masturbated in the car,
Shout out.
in the bathroom at work.
Shout out. Same.
Yeah. I mean, not at my current job.
No, I don't.
I'm pretty busy at my current job. I ain't got that time.
I'll add to this. Today, I feel like this is the prime example to talk about this. Today, I live with my ex-girlfriend, who is like my best friend. But it's
I've
fun.
known people that have broken up and they have to coexist
Yeah.
in a space, and I don't think I could ever do it.
It is.
I'm gonna want to have sex with someone.
If you think about it, it's very
pretty
weird. It's
quickly.
very strange.
Have you ever brought anybody back?
Neither of us have.
Okay, that's respectful.
But like, today, like I'm sitting there, fucking door ajar, just fucking hammer out,
Jerking with the door ajar?
just fucking. I'm like, oh, she usually like texts before she comes home, and
No.
she walked in the door, and I'm like, yep.
That's the start of a porno, dude. She should have gotten involved.
She blew it. She blew it, and she didn't blow it in the right way. She just blew the opportunity.
Talk about blowing it. Get over here and blow it, baby. Whoa, that's. I don't think I could be. I'm not like really friends with any of my exes, and I feel like because there's like sexual tension, no matter how much I dislike you, if we've been together for a really long time, and I know what it's like, I can't. I can't do it.
It's pretty mature of us. I've never had I've never been friends with any of my
Yeah, that's wild.
exes at all. Like it's first time, long time.
Yeah, I'm like trying to think. Like I think last time I saw my ex, we tried to chill as friends. We ended up having sex. Oops.
Hey, look.
And then I'm like, what? We were never friends.
You're like, look, get
We
out.
can't be friends. We never were friends.
Okay, so you
You
never.
know?
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. Maybe you got to be friends.
Yeah, even there was a guy I dated in there's a guy I dated in high school or in college, and we were together for a little while. We never even we were together for like over a year. We didn't say like I love you or anything. And I honestly think it was just like we should have been friends. We never should have really been like dating. And then we like months and months later we all went out and got drunk. It might have been like over a year late. Like it was just like I was in his area and I was like, yo, we should chill. And I went out with him and his friends, and then afterwards we were drunk. We hooked up. Yeah. Actually, his roommate walked in on us, and I was standing and I was just completely naked. His friend walked in and stared at me, and I stood like looking at him, and he was just staring. And I was like, get out. Like,
this isn't the beginning of a porno.
go away. Yeah, no. Two dudes. Yeah. If it was a chick, maybe.
It was like, I'll hear you out. Like,
Yeah, no. Two dudes. I ain't got that
that's
kind of
intense.
energy.
That's intense. It
Yeah,
seems like
too much.
it seems that even for the guy, like if I had to put myself in that scenario, it would be too much for me.
I think it's even more.
I have to be
a
like, hey,
lot for the
guy, calm down. Like we're.
You're saying like if you were watching one of your friends have sex, like even if it was just normal, you'd be like, what are you doing to her?
Say, relax, man. Like what happened to making love? Like,
Yeah, you're like,
Jesus
I'm gonna
Christ.
turn on some R&B, dude. You're freaking me out. The pump's gotta match the RPM, dude. From now on.
When I was early internet days in like 2004, I got invited to an orgy. I got invited to an orgy. It was
Accepted?
I did. I went down there.
So you should have just said I went to an orgy.
Yeah, well,
Cut to the chase, bro. I'm horny over here, dude. No, I'm just kidding.
this is the horniest episode.
Yeah, the 609.
The 609. I hate to disappoint anyone that's excited about the rest of the story, but I got there and it was like a bunch of like old, like just old white people.
Oh no.
And I was like,
so they
it was
really
like-
wanted you there.
I was just like,
bring the flavor, dude. Shit's bland.
it's like that thing that black people do when they go to a party. Like the first thing we do is look to see if there's another black person. It was like, oh, it's just me. Oh God, I should not be here.
You ever see like another black person? You're like, I should leave. I thought I was gonna be the only one.
In hindsight, though, I wish
I feel like actually there should be like 1 or 3
in
like black people at
at an orgy or at any party.
I don't know, you kind of cramping that one dude's style. He might have thought he was going to be the only one. That's like if you showed up to a party and you're wearing the same thing as somebody else and they're the only 2 wearing the same thing,
Yeah.
that's creepy. But if you show up and everyone's wearing the same thing, like a white party, you know? If you walk in, you're wearing white head to toe,
Yeah.
and it's not a white party, and then there's another dude wearing a white head to toe, you go, oh man, dude, what are you doing? I thought I was looking fly as hell.
It's like, nah, me too.
That's my theory. 1 or 3.
There should always be 1 or 3 black people at every function.
Nah, that makes me sound like bad.
How about at every orgy?
The orgy thing, I don't think I've like watched orgy like porn. I think it's hot, but I'm like too many fluids.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Too
it's a lot of-
juicy.
It's a lot of unchecked fluids. It's like,
Gotta smell. Yeah, like I don't know.
I feel like I would be a good like facilitator at an orgy. Like I'm not gonna.
You're
I don't
like
think
the
I'd
game show
participate.
host of the orgy.
Yeah, like I'd be like,
Dun-dun-dun.
like in this room.
You got one of those long ass microphones,
It's like, you having a good time.
and over here,
I feel like in this world, I've talked about this with one of my friends. We had a running bit that we're gonna open up a brothel, and like,
okay, well,
but like I don't like the orgy thing. It's a lot. It's too much. But like I feel like I would be like in the kitchen, like making like snacks and stuff. Like I'd be like a fry cook at the fucking orgy. Like everybody needs to recharge.
you
I
don't
got
want
you.
fried food at the
I
orgy.
got you. You know what I'm saying? I got some pancakes, some fruit. You know?
Oh, pancakes and fruit.
Yeah.
That's-
Some breakfast
yeah,
food.
I
You want
like
some
that.
breakfast food, then you want to go
Yeah,
fucking.
you're like, I know it's 3 a.m., but
You gonna say no
it's
to
almost
pancakes?
breakfast is the closest meal.
You gonna
to
say no
right
to
now.
pancakes?
Nah, dude.
Exactly.
At the orgy?
Yeah. You need to carb up.
Oh yeah, they probably got hungry, dude.
Yeah. I feel like I'd be good at that.
Yeah, I mean, if comedy doesn't work at the podcast, please subscribe to the Patreon so
Yeah.
that we do not get the James orgy. It's the nighttime orgy.
It's my next podcast. It's just an orgy going on while I talk to other comedians.
That's so crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a guy, John Phillips, that does he does shows at this like sex club type thing, and it's all like swingers, and he's invited me to do it. We've talked about how we're both like too horny for society, and but I'm like I can't. Well, I'm in a relationship now, so I probably shouldn't be, at a sex party.
Who's to say?
But I'm like very, I don't know. There's like a cleanness, I feel like, to like fucking multiple people that I'm just
You don't
like,
know
I can't really.
everybody's
Yeah, I don't know
level
everyone's.
of
Yeah.
cleanliness. Like I don't know if you own a bidet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then it's like I just saw, you might have been clean, but then I just saw you fucking this other girl.
And you didn't. You
And did you ask her what was going on? Like, I like to have sex too much to not be careful, because if it ever gets fucked up, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know?
You'll become a Mormon.
Yeah. I mean, even with my dude now, like he plays poker professionally. He's always at like the
shit.
casino and shit.
Mm.
And then he'll come over and I'm like, wash your hands.
Right.
Even like before any sexual context,
Yeah.
like holding hands, touching. I'm like, I'm not trying to be demanding or anything, but I'm just like,
That's pretty
you were
good.
on the subway and you were in the casino. It's like
Yeah.
two of the most disgusting places
your
of all
hands.
time.
Yeah, I'm a compulsive hand washer because my mother's a germaphobe and I picked it up.
Yeah.
So, but it bugs me.
you know,
Like there's a motherfucker. Like I was here last week recording, and I was in the bathroom, was taking a shit, and there was another gentleman in there taking a shit.
men do not wash their hands.
He didn't, and
They
it's on me because I was like, all right, because I
And
can
every
tell.
comedian want to shake my hand. I said, I know you didn't wash your hands. And
Like-
I got to shake your hand. Now you're going to watch me go right into the bathroom right after I shook your hand. Now I seem crazy.
I looked at his sneakers and I was like, oh, that's a. In my head, I was like, oh, I know those sneakers. Those are sneakers. Those are the sneakers in the ankles of another black
Oh,
man.
you really clocked him.
He's good. Like he's gonna wash his hands. Cool. He flushed the toilet and left. I was like, where have we gone wrong as a people?
Yeah, after COVID too, they got on a whole campaign. Wash your hands. I said, I've been washing my hands the whole time.
Yeah.
Y'all been washing your hands. I brought my dude with me. I was doing shows out in the Poconos at Wisecrackers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a casino. We go into the hotel, and he goes to the bathroom, and then I go into the bathroom after him, and I like walk out of the bathroom, and I'm like, hey, dude, I know you didn't wash your hands because the soap wasn't undone. So I'm gonna need you to go back in and wash your fucking hands.
But I just peed. Like I just peed though.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
you
that's
went
not
through you went through the casino. You touched everything.
Open the door.
We opened up the nasty hotel door.
Mm-hmm.
Then you touched your little nasty dick. I shouldn't say little. It's not.
Nah. Shout out
fine.
to him. He's got a fucking hammer on him.
He's fine. And then, yeah, and then you're gonna like, and he just laugh. Like he gets it though. He just laughs. Like he doesn't. And now it's like a running joke because he'll like come in and he'll be like, and he'll go over to the sink and he'll be like all like cute about it. Like, look at this. So you're not getting points for doing something normal as hell, dude. Dudes want points. I lived with my brother for like over a year, and one time I came home and he was like, I wiped down the counters in the kitchen. I said, we've been living here for 8 months, and that's the first time you ever said that. Like, I wipe down the kitchen counters all the time. You should get in trouble for that being the first time that you've done that. Not. You want bonus points for doing a normal ass chore? Came to the wrong place.
Oh shit! We're gonna take a little break,
Okay.
a little sidebar, if you will.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna come back with more Sarah Bell.
Fun.
609.
Yeah, back in the 609.
Back in the 609. Did you said you had some theories?
Oh yeah,
One
I
or
have.
two?
Okay, I have one theory. I've brought this up to a couple people, and it's so stupid, but I'm obsessed with Steve Harvey. Do you know this about me?
I don't know this about you. This is
There's
fun.
a couple things I'm obsessed with, and it's usually like within maybe a month of knowing me. You won't know anything real about me, but you'll know I love eggs. That's true.
I do know that.
I love Steve Harvey.
New. This is new.
I love reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. What else? But I'm obsessed with Steve Harvey. He does so much stuff. Like he had his radio show, Family Feud. Then he's always taken on more projects.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had this theory for a while that there's actually two Steve Harvey. He's a twin, and there's two Steve Harveys, and it's kind of like a prestige situation where like one of them became successful, and then like they're just like, all right, well I have all these extra projects. Like you should just be me. And so now they're doubling their income as one person. Have you ever seen The Prestige? I think I actually, spoiler alert. I mean, that movie's 25 years old, dude. Like, what am I... It's a good movie, though. Christopher Nolan movie. It's Christian Bale.
I've never seen it, but
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
So
I guess that doesn't hit if you've never seen the movie. And also it spoils the movie.
So what I'm thinking is that okay, if this theory is if you guys have two Steve Harveys.
That's why he had hair longer. He had to keep having hair. because the one Steve Harvey had hair,
Yeah, they keep up the charade.
and you could tell it was fake. Cat Williams, he used to call that shit out.
Is there a hierarchy with the Steve Harvey?
There's main Steve, yeah. There's
Okay.
definitely main Steve.
So what does main Steve get to do? Like, is he the Family Feud? Is that main
I would
Steve?
say that, yeah. I'd say anything where it's a lot of riffing
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of personality would be main Steve.
Okay.
And then like maybe if the radio show, it's like okay, like we can have it's somewhat scripted. That'll be second Steve.
So Steve Harvey. That explains the Steve Harvey show.
It's funny too because I forgot that I needed to have theories, but I was like, I got a couple already. I have two, and they both have to do with
Steve Harvey.
Comedians that are hosts of television shows. My other one is way more unhinged, but yeah, I mean, I just always felt like, how does he get everything done? There can't be one Steve, and he's good at everything.
Is the second one? I don't want to.
No offense, Kat, because he doesn't agree with that. But
No,
and a lot of people don't like Steve Harvey as a comedian, but I've always been a big fan.
He's fine as a comedian.
He actually started because you and Lemaire on the pod talked about preacher to comedy. He was more of like he was very godly and was very he had a preacher vibe in his earlier specials and stuff. Yeah. He would come out sometimes and be like, all right, before we get started, let's thank God for everybody being here. People are already laughing and falling out of their chairs. It's like, this is too easy for you, Steve.
Was it? I have that was one of the first VHS tapes that I had at home was the Kings of Comedy.
Yeah.
And I remember, I think it was him, that he did like a whole like 10 minutes about a guy leaving his coat after he was trying to go to the bathroom, and I remember that always made me laugh.
Yeah, there was a bit that I was like obsessed with, and I did the show called Hackoween that was like, open micer type comedians doing impression and doing another comic, like a famous comic's bits. Yeah. And I did him. I did him, and I did Sebastian Maniscalco once because I also love doing impressions of him. It's just hilarious. And none of my impressions are good. But Steve Harvey had this joke where he would just go like, you hear about it in the news every day? O.J. Simpson. And then he would walk across the stage for like 30 seconds while everybody just was like laughing for what I don't even know why. And it just was the stuff that I think it was like, it's like some of my obsessions start out as ironic. Mm-hmm. And then I end up like, it's like Stockholm Syndrome for my interests.
Actually,
I'm actually now obsessed with this thing. I've tricked myself into loving it. One time I was talking to my mom about how I was just having a hard time in life, and I was having a hard time paying my bills, and I spent a lot of time doing comedy, and I'm kind of like, sometimes I get into a crossroad of being like, should I be spending all this time investing in comedy versus career or money or whatever? My mom was like, well, Steve Harvey lived in a van and look at him now. And I was like, first of all, my mom's way too supportive to the wrong shit. But also, like, what a way to calm me down. I was like, absolutely. I was, first of all, laughing at her bringing up Steve, and then also I was like, yeah, if Steve could do it,
why not?
But there is two Steves, and it's like, maybe if I had a second me, second SB.
Maybe once you hit that certain level, you get the second SB. You get access to the cloning machine.
Oh, the cloning machine.
Yeah, and you get two SBs.
Oh, wow.
But the question is, are both SBs as horny?
That's actually problematic. That shouldn't exist. We'll end up fucking each other, and that's too weird.
Your boyfriend
me walks in on me having sex with someone. I was like, "We'll just let her."
Your boyfriend hears this episode and he's like, "Well, hold on, let's hear it out."
How about 4 of my tits? I would that. Oh man, that is something I hadn't considered. And you're right. That's terrible.
Write that down. 4 of my tits.
Scratch the 609. That's
the new
episode. You got Main Steve, 4 tits, and the 609, baby. Show notes.
This podcast is retarded.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens if you bring me on. The viewership goes up, the intelligence goes down.
You know what this feels like? This feels like we're like an in-school suspension.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just
I'm like, psst, did you hear this? There's 2 Steves.
hey, you too. SB and Night. Shh.
Yeah, SB and Night. I like that. Yeah.
Oh, shit. What's your second?
Do you think this is a good? You think that's a plausible theory?
I don't hate it.
Yeah,
I don't hate it.
There's something there.
Because there is a very like, there's bald Steve and then there's Steve with hair. There was like baggy suit Steve, and then there's like,
tailored.
Yeah, he got real tailored and like. And do you remember there was that one era where he started taking sexy pictures?
He had the big suit to distract from the bad hair. He was like, I'm the suit guy, I'm not the wig guy. And then once he got rid of the wig, he was like, all right, the suits can taper down.
Do you remember that short era where he was taking like sexy pictures of himself?
No, but I'm about to find out.
There's oily. Hold on, let me see if I can find oiled up Steve Harvey.
It just takes you to my website. OiledUpSteve.com.
Oh shit! Here we go.
I'm not gonna be able to handle this. Oh, damn. That is not his body. That is Photoshop. That is Photoshop. They ran out of oil at his neck.
There's definitely something like, here we go. This is the.
Give me a less Photoshop looking. Oh. It still looks.
I'm
it
saying.
Looks like AI, hot Steve AI. If you typed hot Steve Harvey into AI, that's what would come up.
Oh man, this is a cursed image. I believe that they're real. I would like to believe that they're real.
Yeah, that's your theory, is that those pictures are real. Okay, my second theory also has to do with, and these are just completely separate high things that I thought. So I've had a theory that in 2016, Ellen DeGeneres died. And, the liberals just could not handle that with everything going on in 2016. So they created, to test AI robot technology, they created AI Ellen. And since 2016, we have not had real Ellen. We have had AI Ellen. And that's why she started losing it. She started being mean to her staff. All that stuff came out about that. She did that weird game show, seemed like her on like Molly and acid at the same time. That's something an AI would have came up with. And I don't even think that they would have told her staff. They're really testing out this new technology.
Beta testing AI Ellen.
And it's working, but she is she's turned into a monster.
This could also.
The dancing is very robotic. They knew they could get away with it. They were like, she can't dance. The only thing they couldn't figure out was the dance. They were like, well, we can't get it to dance like a human. And then they looked over and they saw a video of Ellen dancing. They were like, I think this might work. Yeah, but I actually have to work. Like, she thinks I just sit at home when I'm working from home. I work. I got a real ass job.
Everybody thinks that, work from home people don't do shit at all. Like, you have to do shit.
Everyone gives me shit, like, are we going again?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone gives me shit, like, about having to leave a show. This is a sidebar real quick. We'll get back to Ellen. Everyone gives me shit. Like, I'm like, at a show, it's 11:30. I'm like, I gotta go home because I gotta work tomorrow. And they're like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, I'm real at my job. And I just got promoted. I thought I was gonna get fired. Or I thought I was not going to get promoted, and then I was going to quit. Okay. So I was kind of hoping that they wouldn't. I gave them an ultimatum, like, promote me or I'm not going to be able to stay here. And then they did promote me, and now I have to stay.
Damn. They called your bluff.
Yeah, it's like if you gave an ultimatum to a dude, you're like, propose to me or I'm out, and then they
just
propose.
So happens, I have a ring.
Yeah, you're like, damn, dude. I was just going to be able to be upset about this for the rest of my life, but now I guess we're getting married.
Guess I better start planning.
So anyway, there's 2 Steves. There's no Ellen.
The Ellen thing
Makes more sense.
More sense because of all the chaotic shit
that has come out in a few years.
Yeah, didn't her wife do some wild shit? Like, she drove her car into a side of some family's home.
Oh damn! Programmed by AI.
You know what I mean? They were trying it on her and it went wrong.
Or maybe she knows, because how you gonna? Yeah, you got to tell them like, hey, like, she did die, but we're not gonna have a funeral right now. We're gonna.
So you mean I've been making that with AI and she couldn't handle it?
Yeah, or she just started to get sus about the whole situation. She knew too much. The government came in, FBI.
The Men in Black.
They clipped her brakes. She ran right into a house.
There's a knock on the door at this podcast.
Dun, dun, dun. They know too much.
No, we just do any expedients.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my big show host theories. And I don't know why. I guess it's because I was just trying to justify every theory comes from trying to justify a question that you have. Big Bang Theory.
And your original question about Ellen
9/11.
Did Ellen do 9/11?
Yeah, she also did. That is big. That I've always had that theory is an inside job inside the Ellen studio.
Her studio is in New York.
Yeah, and it didn't get affected by this at all. She knew.
Just saying.
She wasn't at work that day. She didn't go into the office. Look up where Ellen was on 9/11. Hey, Jamie, can you...
Hey, Jamie, pull that up.
This is the kind of stuff I'd bring up on Rogan. I'm like, yeah, aliens might be real, but have you ever thought about Ellen? Sounds close to alien. I'm just trying to shoehorn shit in.
I guarantee you I'd be too high to function.
On a...
Yeah. Because I'm not going to not smoke with Joe Rogan if he offers it. And then I'm gonna get real introverted. I'm gonna be like, oh.
Anytime I get too high and I'm supposed to be like talking to people, I start to forget where I started, what I was talking about, and then I just keep talking while I try to figure it out in the back of my head, and then I go like. So anyway, it's very Biden move. I'm mid sentence and I'm
something you fall over. I have 2 modes if I get high. And the same goes for if I'm like on Joe Rogan's podcast and I get high. I'm either not going to say anything or I'm going to get real horny. And I don't know that Joe wants either one of those.
Yeah, oiled up Joe. You can look that up.
Oiled up Rogan.
It's just the video of him coming out of the...
Jamie?
Look it up.
Jamie, get the fleshlight.
I don't have any Joe Rogan theories. I think he's probably just like a pretty cool dude.
Yeah. I feel like he's a small man probably, like that, but he can fight or something, right? Like he's like a short dude.
Yeah. You got short dude theories?
I don't know if they're theories as much as they are true statements.
Facts. Height is such an interesting thing to me because it's all about perspective. So it's like I'm 5'6" to 5'7", and I remember one time I wore like chunky boots that probably make me like 5'9", 5'10", and I was hanging out with my friends that are all relatively the same height as me, and they were like, "This is disrespectful," because I was like taller than them, and I was like, Nate Marshall actually, I remember talking to him, and he was like. I was like, I never noticed that you were short. And he was like, oh my God, thank you. But if we're like the same, if we're relatively the same height, or like you're under like 5'10", like 5'11", 6 foot, like if you're way taller than me, I'm gonna notice you're tall. If you're way shorter than me, I'll notice. Right. But like if you're average size, like, I'm not really going to notice, like, oh, when other people make a comment, like, oh, he's short. I'm like, is he? I don't really notice that.
I feel like that's a new, like, like dating
Perspective?
app thing. Yeah.
No.
I think
Height preference?
yeah, well, like the not really knowing what short and tall really is, because like women will say like, oh, I want somebody that's over that's 6'5". They don't really know how tall 6'5" is.
Yeah, 6'5" is tall as shit.
And like you look at their
No, no,
profile,
you
and it's
don't
like I'm
want-
5'3", and it's like
you ever
everyone's
watch someone
6'5".
duck under a door? You don't want that.
No, his knees are gonna be like
You're not
by
gonna live
35.
long.
His
You're not gonna
knees-
live long.
No, he's gonna be limping. You have to be a caretaker.
No. Oh, what? So he can get something high on the shelf? Get a stool.
Yeah, they don't think it all the way through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think my dude is kind of tall though.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably like 6'1" or something.
That's reasonable though. That's like you're not
Yeah.
gonna have.
But like
knee
if
problems,
he
really.
was 6'5", I'd be like obviously I would know how tall he is.
Mhm.
But because I'd be making fun of him all the time. But if you're just like relatively, like you say, relatively short, relatively tall,
Yeah.
relative to me,
Yeah.
5'6".
Because Keen always comments about how him being short. I'm like, you're not. I mean, you're like shorter than me, but like you're not short.
Yeah, I don't know. Like if your average height is a dude, I think it's probably just mostly because of dating preference. Like
Yeah.
guys don't want to be seen as short because girls don't want short guys.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're like 5'4".
Yeah, you ever see a really short girl with a really tall guy? You're like, what are you
What's
doing?
going on here? What's happening?
Yeah, you can't even like play footsies when you're also holding each other's in bed. It's like, what's
That's
that?
got to
for?
be weird. Like it's got to be like some.
Your toes are at his knees?
It's weird.
That's weird.
I don't like that. I don't like that dynamic.
No.
It's like.
And you can't kiss unless he bend over. Even my dude, I'm like, can you get lower? My neck hurt. I wonder how tall Ellen is.
I can actually look that up.
Yeah,
How tall is Ellen?
She's probably 5. I would say she's 5'5".
I'm gonna go 5'7".
5'7"?
Yep.
Right, there you go. All right,
Yep.
yeah.
Hell yeah! I didn't just lie just so I could look good on my podcast.
You looked it up first, and then are you lying?
No,
Are you lying now?
she's 5'7". I'll show you.
I believe it.
5'7". Taylor Swift apparently is 5'11". So I didn't know that.
Yeah, she lanky. That's why she doesn't know what to do. She looks so awkward, like a deer walking for the first time.
First time I saw Taylor Swift was one of my friends showed me like a video of her dancing in a video, and it was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. No, there's people still post shit. There was some video going like around of her, like she had like a cane or something in her one song, and she was like banging on like a pole, and it was literally like, it was so awkward. It's like, you never held something in your hand before? Like
Somebody else does it.
it wasn't even dancing. It was just like her like going like doot doot doot, and I was like, so awkward. She was like tapping it. Well, that's it. Did you hear that theory that like people are getting brainwashed at the Taylor Swift concerts?
Oh shit! Let's talk about that.
So it was like something like people were like having like mental like episodes and stuff at the concerts. Look this up. Look up
Jamie?
Taylor Swift brainwashing.
Taylor Swift brainwash. PSA: Taylor Swift is brainwashing her fans is the first thing that comes up.
Yeah.
I've never seen this website before, but I'm going to read it. Holy shit.
I disclaimer, I don't like her.
I've never listened to like a full song.
There
I'll
was
say
this
that
one
much.
song I did listen to some of her new album because I kind of like hate listen to or hate watch things because I hate this idea that everyone's talking about something and my opinion is that it's bad, but I've never actually like looked at it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to music, there's lots of bands that like their first album I love, and then I listen to like their next shit and I'm like, this is really bad. And nothing like what I expected, and vice versa. There have been bands that I like never really liked, and then my friends are fans of them, and I go back and listen to, you know, album 4, and I'm like, oh, this is so much better than what I remember listening to at the beginning. It sucked. It was so bad. I listened to her new album, The Poets
Dead
Players
Poets
or whatever.
Yeah. How do you feel about like concerts in general?
Like going to a concert? Yeah, no, I love going to concerts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been to a lot of, I mean, I didn't have money growing up. but I was like wealth adjacent, so I like probably until I was like 20 never really picked a concert that I like, oh, that seems like a luxury thing to do. Like going on vacation, going to a concert. Like I never really would do that. Like I loved music, but all the concerts I would go to would be like, oh, my friend's mom bought her an extra ticket, or my friend wants me to come and I'll go, or whatever. So it's like I saw like Black Eyed Peas was a concert I went to in college.
You had a good time.
Yeah, no, that's the thing is honestly, actually, I almost got in a fight with someone at the Black Eyed Peas concert. This lady at the Black Eyed Peas concert, me and my friends were dancing. I was friends with all these girls that were way smaller than me, and I was the athlete, so I was like pretty strong. And my friends were like dancing and bumped into this lady, and she was like, I guess spilled her drink or something like that. But we were at like a venue where it was like floor and then seats. Like if you don't want to dance and you don't want to be around people dancing, go to the back or like go buy a seat. So this lady starts like bitching at my friends behind their backs, and then starts like pushing against my friends, and I got in the middle, and I don't know, her husband intervened and was like, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And she kept going, he's my husband, don't talk to him. And like putting her ring in our face. It's like, I'm not trying to talk to your ginger ass husband. Like, you could both just move. Like, we're in this massive venue. Like, move over. Anyway, Black Eyed Peas, they were good.
I feel like
will.i.am's like DJ set or whatever, like because they came out as Black Eyed Peas, then Fergie did a set, and will.i.am did a thing where he came out from the ceiling. It was,
of course he came out from the ceiling.
He came out from the ceiling on a platform and he DJ'd from a platform from the ceiling. I was like, this shit is cool.
And then the other two guys.
But would I have ever gone? Like, I wouldn't have gone. But anybody, that was always like that was kind of my experience of doing things and being social when I was younger, was just like, I didn't have anything to invite people to. And I was always someone to be like, oh, we have an extra, like, bring Sarah. She's chill. Like, she'll have fun. Yeah. And she probably doesn't have anything to do.
What was the last concert you went to?
Last concert I went to was Lucia's.
Okay.
It's like some chicks that harmonize and stuff. They're really cool. Lucia. But that was also, my friend had an extra ticket. Messaged me, and I didn't pay, and so it's still going. It's still happening.
It's an ongoing bit.
The last thing I paid for was the Breeders.
The Breeders?
Yeah.
That sounds like not a band. What is that?
The Breeders are like a female-focused, or like, yeah, female-forward rock band. But I guess I shouldn't even say that. They're just a rock band.
Yeah.
But it's I'm not remembering the girl from the Pixies.
Oh, I know her.
It's like her and her sister have another band that they started, and they're awesome.
Oh,
and
I like
listen to the
now
Breeders.
that I know that they're like an all-female band. That's a pretty dope name.
Yeah, and if you like the Pixies and you don't know the Breeders, you should look them up, because it's like a whole another section of similar music that you would love.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Kim Deal.
Kim Deal. Jamie, look up Oiled Up Kim Deal.
Yeah. Hey, now. They have cold showers at the studio. No.
You're gonna need them because Oiled Up Kim Deal.
I love her.
She plays bass, right?
Yeah, and then her sister plays guitar, but I'm not. I love music, but I'm not like somebody. It's the same thing with sports. Like, people are like, "Oh, where'd everybody go to college?" I don't know where everyone went to college. I don't know what they ate for breakfast. I know that I know every word to every song, and I will just spend the time listening to the music over and over again, as opposed to like reading everything about the band. And like, I will sometimes like be like, okay, this person's awesome, and then look them up and see that they're in other bands and like listen to those, but I don't go deep dive into like, too busy reading up on Steve. Making eggs, reading about Steve.
Cool.
All right, exit interview.
Yeah, this is your exit interview, Sarah.
Have you ever have you ever really told people what you think in a job exit interview?
I refuse to do exit interviews.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
you're
like
like, I'm out.
you've already. I don't work here anymore. Like, bye. What do we don't do anything. What? Go. Bye.
Yeah,
This is
okay.
my out.
Yeah, you're like, I'll do the interview before the job.
That's it. I don't want to talk. If I have to leave, not on my accord, I'm not giving you an exit.
Yeah.
Like if I left on my own, maybe. But
Oh yeah, I've never been fired.
really,
Yeah, I quit once in like a kind of pissy way, but no, I've never been fired.
I'd say that's an accomplishment for a comedian to say that. Most of us get fired often.
Yeah, I'm better than you.
Look, you did figure out.
I figured out the chair.
The
Y'all
fucking
didn't
chair.
even know this, but the chairs here, they have this thing on the back, and like if you twist it backwards, the chairs kind of just they have no. Oh wait, I can't even get it back. Go back.
I've had so many guests
Well, it's just when you're leaning back like that in a chair, and it just goes like
all the way back.
it doesn't.
Like,
It doesn't actually go all the way back, but it feels like it's gonna fall. And then I taught this man, grown ass man, how to look at the chair. There's two knobs, one that makes it go up and down, and one that like locks in the back. No one in here has figured it out though, because you're not the only person that works in this studio, and they were all like that. They're gonna come in here and go, "Oh my god."
I've had 15 guests.
I listened to the Lemaire episode, and you said don't lean back too far in the chair.
I've had Daryl Charles, who said
Lemaire would cartwheeled right out of that shit.
I've seen him cartwheel. He's
I know he is good.
Daryl Charles is a legit former engineer, and he's like, I got it. And he was like, I don't fucking know.
There is literally a little tiny like IKEA style picture on this knob that has the chair like this and that. And it only turns in two directions. I love poning people.
Yep. 15 people got pwned. I didn't, but 15 people.
Yeah, but that's because you had all the other shit to set up, so
See?
you weren't really focused on the chairs.
See? You know what I mean?
I know how to destroy you and then lift you back up.
That's such
Back
a
in neutral.
That's such a Steve Harvey thing to do. I love it.
Yeah, he tell you you're dumb and laugh right in your face. Family Feud is the best. I watch Family Feud almost every day of my life.
He said.
I like when one of my favorite things that happens on Family Feud is when Steve laughs because he doesn't think the answer is good, and then it is on the board.
It's on the board. And he's like,
because if that happened to me, I go, see, Steve,
take it back.
You must be second Steve.
Cut.
Main Steve would
Grab
never.
you.
Yeah, they don't even. Yeah, you're watching the show from home. A different girl that looks like a lesbian just pop up at my place. They're like, we got a PA that looks just like this girl in here, right?
Get her in a jean jacket and let's finish the show.
She could be Asian or Latino. We don't even.
Oh shit. Oh, sorry. This is probably the most I've ever laughed on this show. So
That's fun.
Yeah, you're always welcome back here.
Whoa, cool. Yeah, next time I have some more theories, dude. I'm gonna text you. I'll be high at 4 a.m. and be like, dude, don't need to respond right away.
Hear me out.
But I gotta be back on the pod. I come in with one of those like string theory boards. I'm like, so anyway, Steve and Ellen got together. They had a baby. It was Drake.
But now we're cooking.
I texted my friend. I said, what's going on with Drake? I said, actually, never mind.
It's like, I don't care that much.
I had that 3 seconds to write that text to care about it, and now I'm
It's like, I regret
on
it.
to the next, dude.
I regret it, much like that date I went on. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions that I've asked a few comics on here.
Okay.
Just to kind of put a bow on the episode.
Nice.
So first question. Do you have any hidden talents?
Do I have any hidden talents? I don't know, like, what's considered hidden. I used to sing, which I don't think people know.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, yeah, I don't really have any hidden talent. I know a couple magic tricks. One time I was out sidebar. One time I was at Helium. We are all smoking in the back room, and someone had cards, and I was going like, oh, I know one magic trick, but I gotta kind of like set up the deck, right? So I start playing around with the deck, and then right before I do the trick, my friend that was there with me, that was giving me a ride home, he was like, oh, we gotta go. And I was like, all right, so see you guys. So I like set up this magic trick, told everybody, I was already ready to like watch me do this magic trick. And then my friend just showed up and I left. I was like, that's magic for you, baby. You guys didn't see that one coming.
You know, the next time you come on here, I'm gonna have a deck of cards.
Oh,
here.
fuck yeah, let's go. I'm gonna bring a counter deck. I don't want you tripping me up. I mean, it's just like it's a very like sleight of hand, like stupid thing. I'm a really good cook. People don't know that about me, but I don't know if is cooking a talent. I guess that's some people's talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing I can. Yeah, I feel like I'm good at everything I try a little bit, but I haven't really, other than comedy, I haven't really like done anything that I was like, oh, this is something I'm talented at.
Yeah, I think the two things that you named, I think they count.
That's more than most people probably have. Yeah. But like, it doesn't feel like a hidden talent.
Well, I mean, I didn't know.
That's true.
So,
hidden to you.
It's hidden to me. Maybe everybody else knew you could do magic, but I didn't.
Yeah, I could do one magic. I could do like 2 magic tricks. I used to go to this magic shop and like ask the dude to like do magic. I didn't have any friends, so I was just like, all right, no one's invited me to a concert. Let me go to the magic store at the mall. I had to go to the mall with my friends. I was like, yo, there's this do you guys know there's a magic shop all the way at the end of the mall, and he'll do tricks for you? And they're like,
was there a magic shop at the mall? Which mall?
My mall down in Hamilton Mall down in Mays Landing, New Jersey, 609. Doing magic in the 609.
Deep in the 609.
Yeah, this is where the magic happens.
Oh shit! What time does your body naturally wake you up, if like without any alarms or anything?
6:40.
6:40?
Yes. This morning I woke up. It was 6:40, and I was going, I feel like it's too early to be awake. But my alarm goes off at 6:50, so.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, I can't. I'm not a sleeper inner. I'm more of a get up, do a couple things, and then go back, take a nap.
Okay.
I'm naturally a morning person.
Okay.
You hate that.
What kind of morning person are you? Like, are you
I don't get up and go like, oh, today's a beautiful day.
Top of the morning.
No, my eyes open and my mind immediately goes, all right, bitch, you only had 10 hours to get stuff. Like, it's more like once I'm awake and my mind is kind of going, it's like, why would I know I'm not going to fall back asleep. So I just pop up. Typically.
I admire that.
I cuddle my cat for a few minutes.
I do see the cat cuddles on Instagram.
My cat. I don't want to talk about her because we're wrapping up, but I don't know what happened. Everyone tells me I have like a particularly cuddly cat, because apparently people have animals in their house just pissing and shitting, and they're spending money to feed them and they never see them. I'm like, why would you? Yeah. That's not a pet. That's a pest.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're feeding this bitch and she never comes down and cuddles you?
The audacity.
Yeah, and she not bringing any income in?
Bitch.
That ain't right. I kind of hate the cat stories, because if I post a cat story, it gets way more traction than anything else.
I've had shit posts that I just pulled somewhere that's just like a picture of like Venom from the comics saying he's gonna like lick ass or something, and it gets way more than like any content that I actually spend time to make. So
the algorithm is really just trying to get comedians to kill themselves. Yep,
doing a great job.
Yeah, man.
We already kind of dipped into it, but like, what's your morning routine?
Yeah, I get up, I cuddle my cat for a few minutes. She's usually like already on the bed, ready to get up in my face. Get up, brush my teeth. I usually take a shower. I'm a morning shower person. Make a smoothie, make some coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I usually take like one little hit of weed.
It's a little
Tiny
little
one.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of want to get my stomach right so I can eat breakfast.
Two
I gotta work.
sativa, indica, doesn't matter.
I don't know. I never got into. I mean, I always was going to like not a dispensary. Like I never got into that shit. My dude just gives me. It's based on like price and amount. Like, does it get you high? Sativa's probably better for me because if I get sleepy, my brain just kind of like doesn't really work. And yeah, I mean, I don't really have like a set, like I don't have like, oh, I get up, I do affirmations in the mirror. I should probably.
I journal.
I used to journal regularly, but I don't do that shit anymore. It's like, who's this for? Me? I ain't gonna read this.
It's like I'm never gonna go back to this.
Yeah. I do have journals though from when I was like 16, 18, 20.
I went to
and I would maybe, yeah.
Dear Diary. Will I Am is fucking great.
No, my old journals are very like weird to read. Like if I look at them, it's a completely different person. Yeah. And it is actually, I feel like journaling is interesting because you grow so gradually that you don't really think about how much you're changing sometimes. And then if you go back and like read something you wrote in a moment that you were just being like vulnerable to yourself, you're like, well, this must have been the real me. Like, well, I'm not lying about, I'm not like writing this thinking like I'm going to, someone else is going to read it, But yeah, I wish I was more in a routine actually. But yeah, just get up, make some coffee, have a smoothie.
No loop.
Go to work. On the weekends, I'll probably lay in bed for a minute. Yeah. I'm not like, I don't want to sound too proper. I take a hit. I do everything right. I don't make my bed.
No, I'm glad. Good.
It's a waste of time.
Thank you.
And like, I live by myself. My bedroom is like up. There's no one, I would make my bed like to be presentable maybe.
Sure.
Or like sometimes I'll make my bed if I'm going to like fold laundry or something just to keep everything nice and neat.
Yeah. More space to fold.
Yeah, because, I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to not making your bed.
Yeah, I think that what's the guy who's on Shark Tank? Mark Cuban. I think he had a thing where he was like, this is the amount of time. You know how like guys that are always CEOs, they're like, don't do this, don't do that. Wake up at 4:00 in the morning.
Run 6 miles.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Fucking David Goggins ass motherfuckers. Like,
I love David Goggins though.
Oh God, he's so intense. Like I feel like he's gonna show up. He's like, if you don't get up and get your ass on the road, I'm gonna fuck your wife in front of you. It's like, all right, David. All right.
If that's what it takes to get you motivated, dude. You don't want someone like David Goggins with that body
he's gonna kill
and
her.
that stamina.
He's gonna kill her. The love of my life.
Yeah, he better not be into choking.
No, but I heard he is a spitter.
Oh, shit. I like him even more now.
David Goggins is a freak boy.
Yeah, well, I don't know. My mom gave me his book, and I read it because, again, I'll talk to my mom about how my life's been hard, and she'll try to turn me around sometimes. I'm like, well, it's your fault, so... No, I'm just kidding. No, that's a complete joke. My mom did her absolute best, but shit was rough. And she likes, I don't know, show me people's stories of, like, perseverance and stuff. But he had a really hard life.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to be a Marine, and he was fat. And they were like, nah. Yeah. And then he just started running every day.
Fuck you, stay hard.
Yeah. You got to get hard to stay hard.
Goddamn right. You hear that?
You know what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm talking 609.
609.
Okay, yeah. The three most important people to your career.
What career?
Whichever one you want to talk about. The
three most important people in my career. That's so crazy. I don't know. Like, I feel I don't want to sound like selfish or like self-involved in saying that like I don't know if I've had like people that have been like greatly influential yet in my career. Comedy wise, I just would say like my best friend Drew encouraged me pretty much to start doing comedy. I never had any plan to do comedy. My brother was a comic. I became friends with comics, and I would just be like riffing, and people would be like, "Oh, write that down." I'm like, "I don't do this." Mm-hmm. And so I would say my friend Drew, like comedy wise, probably big influence because he kind of encouraged me to do it in the first place, and I don't think I would have because y'all are crazy, and I was seeing how annoying everybody was. I don't want to be like you guys. And then I had a life career wise, I had a professor in college that I'm still very close with, that I still work with a lot. I'm working with her right now to write a math textbook, which is, whatever.
Just bringing this up now. Well, go ahead.
And we just had similar, like, kindred spirits type of vibe. Like, she's, way older than me. And like 50 years. She's 83. Mm-hmm. I talked to her yesterday. But she just like encouraged me to stick to a lot of the stuff I was doing in college. Understood that like I wasn't like a lot of the people that I went to school with. I grew up having to work really hard, and she gave me a lot of opportunities that I wouldn't have otherwise had. And then I don't know, maybe myself.
Oh yeah, shout out to yourself.
Just because I haven't had a lot of guidance in life or pressure to do anything. Everything's just kind of been my own decision of what I want to do, and I'm pretty satisfied with what I'm doing now. So, yeah.
And the last question, and arguably the most important, is greatest cereal of all time.
The greatest cereal of all time.
All time.
Oh well, the podcast now. The greatest cereal of all time. Well, I don't know. I feel like I sound boring if I say that, but I think my favorite cereal is Honey Bunches of Oats.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good cereal.
It's good. It's not that bad for you. I'm not really a cereal person. Yeah. That's a man's question. Y'all eat cereal by the box. I've never once in my life seen a man eat a single serving of cereal.
We don't. It's at least 2.
You're like, there's still milk in there. You got to pour more cereal in. I'm like, but you put too much milk in to begin with to make this happen.
We know. We know.
But no, cereal in my house. I'm one of 5.
Shit.
Kids and a bunch of fat little piggies. My family, and we didn't grow up with a ton of money, so it was like when the day my mom would go food shopping, it was like the next day all the good food was gone. Yeah. I have 2 older brothers. They would just eat everything right away. Yeah. And no one was policing the kitchen. Like you wanted to go eat, like what we're gonna do? Tell you can't eat, you're a grown boy. So cereal was definitely like ice cream. It would be like you had one opportunity and you had to eat it then. And then if you weren't hungry, you want to take a shower or something, you come in, you cry, looking at the empty carton of ice cream in the trash can, and be like, you guys couldn't save me a cup. So I feel like I just never got the opportunity to eat cereal. But I wouldn't want to eat cereal in the morning. I want eggs.
Shout out to eggs. I had eggs this morning.
Yeah.
I've been doing this thing where I fry an egg.
Don't get me going.
Hold on. I fry an egg.
Oh.
I fry it. I air fry a hash brown patty.
Whoa.
And then I chop up an avocado and I season it and I put them all. I stack them.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. So it's like kind of healthy, but like not really.
That sounds awesome.
You know what I mean?
It's not healthy.
It's not. It's the fucking hash brown.
The hash brown. Just because you put something in the air fryer. It was already fried and frozen though, dude. It's got the oil and everything. You're just not microwaving it.
Let me live in my world.
Dude, my roommate, the last dude I was living with, he was like, he bought an air fryer and I never used it. And he was like, you never used the air fryer. I was like, first of all, he never cleaned would clean after
Well,
use
that's-
ass. Like
that's not-
it's oily and gross.
gotta
I'm not
clean it.
doing it. But I was like, well, I don't even understand how that works. Like I don't understand the air fryer, so I don't want to use it. I don't get it. And then he goes, explain to me how the microwave works. I'm over there like doop 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 doop. I don't understand how this technology works. Doop 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 doop. Brr, He's like, he got me. He got me good.
We got you.
Got owned. I do know how chairs work though.
Yeah. So you own and you know how to get owned.
Yeah. Gotta take it. Gotta give it.
Sarah Bell, where can people find you?
Find me on Instagram. I do most of my shit on Instagram. It's Sarahbellum. My name SIRAHBELL and then UHMMM. Not the best handle to say out loud, but it sounds cute when I say it in its full. I am follow my podcast, Sidebar with Sarah Bell, Sidebar with SB on Instagram. And then me and my friend Shane O'Connor, also a very funny Philly comic, are recording half-hour stand-up specials at the end of June 23rd at the Yuki Club, and that will all be posted on my website, sarahbell.com, sarahbellcomedy.com, and my Instagram. Coming up soon.
Is that in Philly?
Yes. The Yuki Club is really cool. If you're into music and stuff, it's like 4333 is like the band production company that puts on all of the like punk shows there, and we're getting involved with the comedy side of it.
Yeah, I want to be there.
Yeah, be there.
Hell yeah,
June 23rd, baby.
Hell yeah. You know where you can find me at James B. Knight. There's
Much better
Patreon.
handle.
Hey, I like Sarah Bellum. I don't know what the fuck
Yeah, it's the part of your brain. It's a
Yeah,
pun,
it's
but
a
I couldn't
thinker.
get the actual. There's too many Sarah Bells, dude.
It's one of Erykah Badu's AKAs, if you didn't know that.
Oh.
You're in good company. I do have a Patreon. Shout out to the couple of people who are on there. I don't know why you're still there, but thank you. Patreon.com/CriticalJamesTheory. Yeah, that's it for now. Sarah, thank you.
Thank you. This was fun.
I hope you'll come back.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Hell yeah. Well, thanks for watching. Until next time. Bye, niggas.
Bye. Oh.
Look at the critical James theory. Hit the critical James theory, yeah. Just start look at the critical James theory, yeah. Hit the critical James theory, yo. Just start look at the critical James theory, yo.